From Video Game Chronicle, in an interview with Kinda Funny Games, Druckmann was asked if he felt under pressure to create another hit IP like The Last of Us or Uncharted, which Naughty Dog owner Sony could turn into a multimedia franchise and support for years to come. Druckmann responded by saying that the studio's success has afforded it the luxury of being able to choose to work on what it's most passionate about. Druckmann says, "I joined a studio that was already so successful that we could be kind of a prima donnas and just do whatever we want. I know not everybody has that privilege, but it's not something I take lightly. So at the end of every project, we purposefully explore several different projects. Some of them might be a sequel and then a bunch of new ideas. And then we really feel like, where do our passions lie? Because that's the fire that has to sustain for years to come. And if you pick the wrong project and then you burn out from that idea because you weren't that passionate about it 2 years into a 4-year project, you're effed." That's how you, I think, make mediocre anything if you lose your excitement from it. Druckmann wasn't willing to divulge if the studio has chosen to work on The Last of Us Part 3 or something else. Druckmann then goes on to say, "I know the fans really want Last of Us Part 3. I hear about it all the time, and all I can say is that look, we're already into our next project. So the decision has already been made. I can't say what it is, but that's the process we went through. That there was a lot of consideration of different things, and we picked the thing we were most excited for." So, it seems to me that the next game will not be The Last of Us Part 3. The NaughtyDog Studio may be feeling like if they go on to The Last of Us Part 3 after developing the Part 1 remake, Last of Us Factions, and Neil Druckmann on The Last of Us TV show may be too much for them and feel that they will get burnt out from The Last of Us IP. Neil Druckmann seems to be saying it very subtly, but he does have plans for The Last of Us Part 3, as we know from past reports that Neil Druckmann said himself that he has written down the outline from The Last of Us Part 3 story. But of course that could change and isn't the storyline they will 100% commit to. Also, at last year's Summer Game Fest with Jeff Keighley, Neil Druckmann already teased that Naughty Dog is working on a new IP, that we will get more Last of Us Factions news this year and hopefully some gameplay.
All veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us, and you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year, so I wait till next year to hear more about that one. All right.
And shortly thereafter on PC.
We will look forward to it. Neil, you've talked a lot about games directed by other people. What are you directing? You still making games?
Still making games.
Okay.
I haven't given up my day job. It's a little early to talk about. Maybe if someone in PlayStation wants to leak it, then we can talk about it now. Otherwise, we'll save it.
But you do have a new project?
Do have a new project,
Okay.
but we'll save it for another Summer Game Fest.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll try and save it. All right.
We know at this point Naughty Dog is done with the Uncharted series and have given their blessing for another Sony studio to work on a new game for that series. But The Last of Us is still a Naughty Dog franchise, and when Part 3 is given the go-ahead, it will be Naughty Dog who will develop the third game. But for now, with the information and the tonality of Neil Druckmann's words, it seems the next story-driven game will be a brand new Naughty Dog IP, which hopefully will become a huge hit to the likes of Uncharted and The Last of Us. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.